Hello peeps and welcome to Sundays with Sparky. It is Sunday, again. Unsurprisingly, it's 7 days after the last time it was Sunday. So, what have we been up to this week? Well, I have been working a lot this week. So, things haven't quite gone as smoothly as I would have liked as far as making videos and stuff is concerned, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes real life gets in the way. I have been uploading. I've managed to upload every day that I normally would, so that's been fine. I've tried not to let it get in the way of that. I've been doing a little bit of recording, so I've just been working my arse off basically, because when I haven't been working at work, I've been working on doing video stuff. So as you might have seen, there is a new channel trailer, or if you're a new subscriber you might have seen it anyway. I didn't tweet about it, I just kind of did it. It's been something that I've been meaning to do for ages and just didn't get around to doing it. And after doing the anniversary special video, I figured it was probably a good time to do it, because most of the clips that I was going to use in the trailer were already in the anniversary video, so I figured I'd just do it, so it's all good. So this week we had part 16 of Borderlands on my channel, although we've had 17 and 18 from the Magumps and Suki. So tomorrow will be part 19. Oh my god, part 19 already, and I don't feel like we've even got that far into it, but there you go. So part 19 will go up tomorrow, and we're also going to be recording some more tomorrow as well, which is cool. We had the last of the stuff that I've got ready to go anyway of the TTT. I'm hoping to get some more stuff done in the near future, but it's just a matter of, because we've got Christmas coming up, it's going to be awkward trying to find time to get everyone all on at the same time, because I'm going to be working a lot and I'm sure other people are going to be working a lot as well, so that's just what happens at Christmas. But I have got some videos to go out on Wednesdays anyway, so I've already started working on that, and I've already got a few videos ready to go for that, so that's not a problem. And then on Friday we had some more Big Deck Player, which was cool, and we had a Warlock deck that for some reason that video not got as many views as all the previous Big Deck Player. I don't know if it was just the deck, or I don't know what's going on with that one. So if you haven't seen that one and you've subscribed to me for Hearthstone, that went out on Friday, so there's still time to watch it. So that's what's been going on the channel. I went to see the Hunger Games, the Mockingjay Part 1, and it was fantastic. I really liked it, mainly because it wasn't anything like the first two movies, really. The first two are very much set around the Hunger Games and the whole arena kind of fighting stuff, whereas this one wasn't. This one is more of a war film almost, and it introduced a few new characters and introduced a few new locations, and I like the idea of the propaganda that they use, and it's gone from being a thing that was many people assumed was the look on kind of reality television and that kind of stuff. It's gone from that into stories about rebellion and war, and like the effects that war can has on people, and it's so good. It is so good. The iconography in the film is really good as well, because it kind of takes influence from the Roman Empire, back when that was a thing. There's elements of that in the movies, and there's also elements of the Nazis from from the Second World War, and the iconography of like the eagle and stuff. The Romans had it, and the Nazis used it a bit as well. So yes, really great movie. If you've seen Hunger Games and Catching Fire and you enjoyed both of those, then you definitely need to see Mockingjay Part 1, because it's, so I think so far, the best one. Other movies that I've watched this week, I watched The Internship with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, because I've never seen it, and I kept seeing adverts and trailers and stuff for it when it first came out, and I was like, and I watched it, and it was fun, I suppose. If you like any of those kind of movies that they've done together before, or any of like the Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn type movies, you're probably going to enjoy it. It's a laugh. It's not going to win awards by any means, but it was fun. It was fun. But you can it's fairly predictable, but then most of those movies are. Two guys, and they're hanging out, and they're best of friends, and they go on a bit of an adventure, and then they have a falling out, but then they get back together and everything works out okay. That's essentially how those movies go. The Watch did it, and several other movies in the past have done it with them in it. So that's what happens in those movies every single time. So yeah, if you like those movies, then great. If you don't, then probably not bother. And then finally, I watched Elysium, which I've seen before because I saw it at the cinema, and I really enjoyed it. And it was a nice change of pace to see Matt Damon in something a bit of sci-fi and something a bit different from the Bourne stuff. And it's also got Jodie Foster, and it was directed by the guy that did District 9, and it's got what's his name? He's got a really unusual name, South African actor, Sharlto Copley. It was really good seeing him in it, because he plays a bit of a badass in that movie, and I've only seen him before being in District 9, where he's the guy that slowly turns into a prawn, and that was a really subtle attempt at a South African accent. I guess if Reef ever sees this, who is a South African YouTuber, and you should go and check him out because his stuff's great. If he sees this, he's probably not going to approve, but whatever. Yeah, so he turns into a prawn. Have to roll your R's. And then he was in the A-Team movie as Mad Murdock. So they're the only two things I'd seen him in previous, and then he comes along and does this, where he's just a badass, and he's got like weird things in his face and on his back and chest and stuff, and it's the sort of guy you wouldn't mess with. He's got a beard, and he just looks like a nasty piece of work, and I like that. I thought he was looking really cool. So it's all about, it's a similar sort of theme actually, where all the rich and powerful have got this space station orbiting the Earth called Elysium, where they basically don't age, they don't get sick, they just kind of live forever, kind of thing. And then everyone else in the world is down in the dumps, basically living in kind of favelas and like little shacks and just not very nice places, basically. And they've got some cool sci-fi stuff that I've not seen before. And that's usually what I look for in a sci-fi movie, is something that I've not seen before. Whether it's through the aliens or creatures or monsters or whatever they want to call them, or if it's just the technology. So seeing Matt Damon in like a kind of mech suit, maybe that's where they got the idea for the suit things in the new Advanced Warfare Call of Duty game, because it's essentially the same thing. You have this kind of exoskeleton thing kind of onto your body that makes you jump higher and punch harder and lift heavy stuff, and I liked it. I thought it was a really good idea, and as I say, it was some stuff that I'd not seen before. The spaceship, or spacecraft I should say, design was pretty cool. The actual design of Elysium was pretty cool. I wouldn't say that anything that they did was kind of necessarily like groundbreaking as far as sci-fi stuff is concerned, because it all had kind of similarities to stuff that had come before it, but was different enough that you could appreciate it being in this kind of world of this movie, even though it's supposed to be slightly realistic because they use real places on Earth rather than it being completely sci-fi like something like Star Wars, for example, which doesn't have Earth and it's all different planets and stuff. Yeah, so they had to try and make it look slightly realistic even though it's set far in the future, but the sort of thing that could eventually happen and we could eventually lead to these kind of technologies. I like it. If you like sci-fi and you like a bit of an action adventure, then give Elysium a try. So that's it for movies. Next week I think I'm going to try and go to see Interstellar, possibly, because there's nothing else on. I thought Hobbit was coming out, but I think that's the week after. So I'm going to go, because I need to edit this and I need to eat, because I've already just come back from work and I'm hungry. So I will go and edit this, and I will see you next week, where we'll talk about more movies and more video games, and I will probably never ever do, or attempt at least, to do a South African accent ever again. Alright, that's a deal. Thanks for watching, peeps. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.